Welcome to People Chronicles video cast of Penn Street Market, Experience It. I'm your host, Lucine Sahelnick, Market Director of Penn Street Market, and today I have a very special guest with me. Our focus this episode is to invite our organizations and businesses from our community to share their perspective on the Penn Street Market collaboration. So I'd like to introduce Tami Hildebrandt, who is the director of our newly formed, kind of new, right?
Very new this year.
Very new, still brand new, Berks County Department of Agriculture. So welcome, Tami.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. This is great.
Thanks, and thank you for your support, in the collaboration between both of our organizations and what we're trying to do to serve our community.
Well, I look forward to working with you. As I said before, I think the market is off to a great start.
Thanks. Yep, market has started. Yeah. It's going pretty well. And tell us a little bit about the newly formed Berks Department of Agriculture, because obviously what we're doing with the market is really in line with kind of the Department of Agriculture in Berks.
Well, the Department of Ag was formed to be more focused on economic development and the community, not only just preserving the land, but making sure that there are opportunities available for farmers to continue farming. We're putting a lot of money forward to preserve farmland. Over $145 million in Berks County so far. So we want to make sure that not just the land is available, but the farmers can continue farming.
And in Berks County, correct me if I'm wrong, but agriculture is one of the top industries in our community. Is that correct?
It is correct, yes. So it has a very rich history of that. Yeah.
Right, and so to put that money forward and to do the work that you are doing through the Department of Agriculture is key. Specifically, you started off with, economic development or stimulating our local economy. So how do you see in the Penn Street Market that we're really helping to facilitate what you're trying to do with stimulating the local economy through our Penn Street Market?
I think being available to this community and where you're located is definitely economic development for the city. It also brings farmers into the city that many years ago maybe said, I don't have time, or I don't have a person to do this. I have produce, I have product, but I can't take the time to get in here, or I don't have a person to get in here. And I just think farmers are becoming a little bit more open to things like regional or town, village markets now than they were 20 years ago. Right.
Yeah. And are you originally from Reading?
I am not. I'm from York County originally.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I asked because I've heard in getting involved with this project, for the community, that there used to be like farm trucks. Where these trucks would drive through the city streets, and it would be farmers, or like you said, somebody, a farm hand, basically driving a truck of produce in the back up and down the streets of Reading. So just wanted to see if you had heard about that.
I did not hear about it here, but in York, my grandfather was a butcher and did exactly that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and he taught my father. My father was a cook in the Navy, so that helped him out a lot. But I heard stories about that in York as well. Produce, eggs, dairy, anything. And I've also heard stories of dogs running after the butcher truck and doing a little stealing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think if I were a dog, I'd be doing that too. Yeah. Sure.
I certainly would.
And so now we're not seeing anybody driving up and down the streets of Reading, but been bringing the market directly to the heart of downtown at Penn Square. It's our goal to, like you said, bring our farmers from the greater Reading area into the city and downtown. And I think that really helps bridge the gap that we talked about between our farmers, a lot who are located less than 20 miles, of radius around the city, and them coming into the city, bringing what they're working so hard to cultivate or to produce, and then bringing it to the community members who really are striving for that, because we do have an issue in the city of Reading with food access. And that's probably something you come across with, in the Department of Agriculture is food access.
it was your organization that brought it to us, believe it or not. I mean, I'm new to this position, so I'm open to lots of good ideas and possibilities that we can help bridge those gaps, definitely.
Yeah. And talking about a gap too is, you know, our stimulating our local economy. So when these farmers are coming into the city and, you know, the programming that we have set up for our shoppers at the market, you know, we're starting to see the money stay local. The focus on the market is local. So local farmers and local food artisans, like our bread makers, cheese makers, you know, and the money going from our community members directly to those farms, because a lot of them are family based.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
You know, our one farm is Sunshine Dairy is, you know, the family that they have 9 children, you know, and this is a family farm.
Right.
You know, everybody is working and working together and coming in. Same with Railside Produce with Glenn Hoover and his family. And it's really a beautiful thing to see. And I think it starts to connect people with, you know, their food and their dollars and their community. So now we're starting to tap into the other aspects of what you and I both focus on. Let's talk about a little bit about community. And you know how our entities serve our community in general. You know, with the market, it's about creating an atmosphere, an environment to bring everybody together, because they're, you know, a lot of times you said the farmers maybe not feeling comfortable coming into the city, you know, or knowing that there is a welcome there for them and what they're doing. What do you see on your end working with these farmers directly?
Well, they're a great group of people, and it's a very honorable profession that they have entered into. We need new young farmers, people that are interested in farming but don't know how to get started. Right. And I don't want to get away from what your question was, but I didn't want it to appear that they were afraid to come in. Some don't have a reason to come into the city. Right. You know, and I think giving them this reason, and what you just defined was true economic development, infusing that money back into the community and into expanding that market to offer more. The commitment that these farmers have just to do this livelihood is amazing to me, and that is one thing that since I've been in this position of ag land preservation for 17 years, I just keep finding so amazing that the weather gets bad, we have drought, we have hail damage, we have snow, which is good for the environment, but so much going on. You have the economic problems, and they hang in there year after year and keep producing or finding niches, you know, like what you're doing at the market, just trying to find new different ways of getting their product out there, finding what is new and what is different, expanding their horizons as well, and it's just amazing to meet these people.
It is pretty amazing, and I, you know, can't say that I'm a farmer, you know, for many, many years, but I have done, you know, I do have a farm in northern Burnville, and I remember with last year's hailstorm, that week at the market through the stand and CSA, we had holy spinach because we were able to, you know, sacrifice the spinach, but it had holes in it, and we thought, well, it's still edible, so let's do this. And you just kind of have to take it day by day by day, and you're out there, you know, no matter what. So I think that, you know, having you on the side of working with, you know, Berks and, you know, the ag land preservation to preserve the land that is here, that provides for these families and the farms and the trade and the industry that we're talking about, directly correlates to what we are doing here in the city, and trying to give them an atmosphere to come and experience it. Experience the farm, experience the agricultural lands and industry that Berks has to provide, experience the people behind the tomatoes and the honey and everything that's being cultivated.
It's good to see a face with that.
Exactly, and we talk about, you know, come to the market and ask questions, because more than likely the person standing behind the table is the person who grew your food. Which is a concept where there's a big disconnect, I think, between our food and our food purchasing and where it comes from, how it's grown.
Right.
So, you know, that's what we focus on.
It's just not there at the grocery store. How to get there.
Exactly.
You know, that's always the big question.
Yeah.
It's not stocked at night all the time.
Right.
It comes from somewhere.
Right. Yeah. So, Tami, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thank you.
If we want to learn more about what you do and the Berks, County Department of Agriculture, how can we reach you?
You can contact me by telephone at 610-378-1844 or by email thihildebrand@countyofberks.com, and County of Berks is all one word. But
great.
You're more than welcome to contact me at any time.
Wonderful. And again, if you have any questions or insight about the Penn Street Market, you can visit our website, pennstreetmarket.org. You can also call us at the number listed on the website or send us an email directly. Thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you at the Penn Street Market. Experience it.
Want to know more about who's doing what in Berks County? Check out the stories on thepeoplechronicles.com.